Well, for our Meaning of Life episode, I thought I would give you a little bit of a change of pace rather than just showing you two games. And there's literally 12 points separating 7th from 8th. We are currently in 6th place, again, with 7 games left to go. I'm going to give you a little bit of each match as we go through, give you some possible playoff scenarios, some possible automatic promotion scenarios. I've changed Ursula Carlson's name so it actually matches up with what her actual name is in real life. Oh, exciting times. Exciting times. Gosh, well, can you believe it? The Meaning of Life, episode number 42 of Taskmaster FC. So excited to have you here today. We are currently 6th in League One on 69 points. There's still plenty of games left to be played. 21 points still available for us to be able to accumulate in the league here. As you can see, there's a big gap between 8th and 9th, so there really are a handful of teams just vying for these spots that are here. No spot is guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination, although you do have to believe that Portsmouth, just with that huge lead there, are probably going to win the league, or at the very least get automatic promotion. 79 points is going to be very difficult for us to get to that point. But that being said, rather than just, like I said, giving you through 2 episodes each time, I thought I'd bring you back for just a little bit of the last 7 and just give you an idea of kind of where we're at, what other teams are doing, and kind of give you this playoff push and just see kind of where we end up. Since I last had you with me, we had a couple of good victories here. We were really looking good for promotion as we continued to push forward with wins against Fleetwood Town, Peterborough United, and Millwall. And then a little bit of wobble in form. We lost to Huddersfield Town. Very, very good team. Same with Sheffield Wednesday. We just could not do much of anything against them, but managed to draw against Stockport County and a win against Bristol Rovers. So we've got 7 games left, 4 at home, 3 on the road. We're going to be taking on Mansfield Town, which are 24th, so hopefully we can get 3 points there. Plymouth Argyle is going to be a tough game on the road. We have Wrexham at home, Oxford United at home, Wigan Athletic on the road, and then Milton Keynes and Rotherham United. All of these are going to be tough games leading into what is a very exciting end of the season, if you will. Again, just take a look at the standings here. There's very few points that are separating all of these different playoff positions. So, I think the lowest we could possibly end up really here is 8th. Just based off the number of points we have accumulated, but we could definitely skyrocket up. There's still plenty of points to be had, still plenty of opportunities for wins, losses, and the like. So plenty to see and plenty to do here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start a game, and then I'm probably going to bring you back with about 15-20 minutes left in that game just to kind of show you what has happened and then give you a little bit of an update as to how that particular game has changed our position in the standings. And I'm going to continue to do that over the next 7 games or so just to give you an idea of how things progress over the last part of the season. Because I'll be perfectly honest, this is one of the first times I have seen this type of excitement towards the end of the season where there really are places up for grabs. It's a little bit more strung out than what it was maybe a couple of games ago. I think a couple of games ago there was like 6 points separating 1st and 8th. So things have maneuvered a little bit in terms of the extremes in terms of points, but we still have a really good opportunity to be successful here. So that being said, I've got my team set up here. I think this is what I'm going to go with, even though this is actually what MS City is going to come in for John Kearns. I do have some players in here that I do need to give names to that have played a little bit here and there. I really don't see any reason to give names to some of these players down here that I brought in on loan and was like, oh, they're going to be really, really good, and then they ended up being just absolute garbage. This might be the only one here, so I'll give them a name in the game, and if they do pop in during the game, you'll be able to see what that name is. But I will bring you back in just a moment and show you the last couple of minutes, last 20 minutes or so of the game against Mansfield Town. We'll be back in just a moment. I'll bring you back with about 20 minutes left in the game. Rightfully deserved so far a 3-1 lead over Mansfield Town. We do have a corner. Kumar, it ends up being cleared out, and Ursula Carlson's going to manage to get on the ball. Nish Kumar's going to work the ball back to Sue Perkins, to Ray O'Leary, who gets the ball into the box, looks to cross it in, does, and Emma City scores 4-1. And rightfully so over last place Mansfield Town. This is what I'm hoping will spur us on a good run of form as we start to approach the end of the season. As I mentioned before, everybody's really, really close in terms of those playoff spots, and even automatic promotion is still up for grabs. So the team that is going to be on a win streak towards the end of the season is going to be the team that is going to take home either a playoff spot or potentially an automatic promotion spot. We'll get Kumar off and get Whitcomb on, and then if you may notice, Ben Hurley is on our team now. That is one of the loans that we brought in that I have decided to play. Most of the loans that I brought in were absolute garbage, and I absolutely refuse to play them on the grounds that they are, well, garbage. We'll go ahead and confirm our last subs here in the last 10 minutes of this game. Again, wind things down here with a big 3-0 victory. Oxford United over Burton Albion. That helps us out a little bit. Huddersfield Town over Wigan Athletic. That helps us in regards to playoff spots, but not so much for the promotion spots. Plymouth Argyle did lose. It was either loss or draw. I couldn't remember to see what happened the last bit there. It was 2-1. But again, nice work, everyone there. That was good. And let's see how that impacts our playoff positioning here with respect to everybody else. Oops, I went too quick. We're still 6th. But we are kind of closing the gap here on some of these teams up above. There's 10-point difference here with 6 games left to go for those automatic promotion spots. Wigan Athletic have fallen off the trail just a little bit here. We do not want to count them out. We still have a game against them, but we are currently on 72 points. Barnsley on 71 points. Everybody's got 6 games left to play. 2 points ahead of us is Plymouth Argyle. 3 points ahead of us is Burton Albion. We will have a superior goal difference to just about every team that we're going to be competing against in these playoff positions, other than maybe the ones that are up at the top here. So again, those are a little bit out of reach. Not to say that they aren't impossible to reach, but we do have a lot of teams that we are going to have to leapfrog in order to get to that position. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what games we have coming up here. We have an away match against Plymouth Argyle. They're currently 5th, so they are right above us in the league. And then home games against Wrexham and Oxford United, while we are away at Wigan, home against Milton Keynes, and away at Rotherham. So exciting last couple of matches towards the end of the season. Again, I'll bring you back with about 20 minutes left in the next match here. Looks like we've got about 14-day difference. So we've got a little bit of time to chill, relax, get some of these players rested, and prepared for the final rush towards the end of our season in League One. Oh, all those hopes and dreams that the playoffs might go out the window. Desiree Birch has a really, really bad groin injury, and unfortunately, I've decided to give some injections so that way she will last this game, but after that, it's a couple weeks, and I don't know if we're going to be able to handle that towards the end of the season. We do have Rose Montefeo, who hasn't really played for much at all this season, so Rose Montefeo might have to be our saving grace here. Ray O'Leary's on a little bit of an injury. Seems to be fine, so we're going to go ahead and play him and see how things turn out. But that being said, I'll bring you with about 20 minutes left in the game. Cross the fingers, hope for the best. This is going to be a tough one to get a good result out of today. Oh, it is crunch time towards the end of this game. I thought I'd bring you back and just show you some of the substitutions that I've made. Just going to nap it in for Ray O'Leary. We also brought in Coda Forrester as a central midfielder and Justine Smith on the right-hand side. Desiree Birch, despite being injured, having quite a good game with those injections. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see how things play out here. I am going to go ahead and get on our time-wasting mentality and just hope and cross our fingers that we can pull out a victory today. We are up 3-2 over Plymouth away. This is a huge game for us, and getting 3 points here will rocket us up that table and get us closer and closer to securing a playoff position. But as we know, Plymouth are above us in the league. They are a fantastic team and will no doubt have at least something to say towards the end of the game here, and possibly be able to get a draw or maybe even get a victory out of this. It's all going to depend on how we play the last couple of parts of the game here. Just wide. It fires off of Laura Daniel. Great job by Laura Daniel to prevent that from being on goal here, as Plymouth do end up with a corner. It does end up getting back out and cleared. Unfortunately, we're going to get a highlight immediately after this, and hopefully it's one that we can get in the offensive zone here. Emma City now looking for somebody, ends up turning the ball over immediately, and just like that, it is going to be 3-3. A poor effort ends up resulting in us drawing with 3 minutes in to the 70th minute here, or 73rd minute, as they would say. We gotta do better. We've got to do better. Way to come in for Perkins, I guess. That's 4. I guess we gotta do something. A draw really doesn't do us much good here. Maybe maintains the status quo. It's all going to depend on what's happening around us. And if other teams are winning, we're not. So let's see if we can get something going on here. Looks like Plymouth are going to get a highlight here. And they're going to work the ball to the offensive zone very, very easily. And, we get the ball back. So Justine Smith now gets the ball to Emma City. Back to Justine Smith. Can we get something going here? No, it's an absolute shit of a pass. And we're going to lose this game. Sorry, I swore there. I probably need to bleep that out, but it is what it is. Desiree Birch now going to work the ball out. Gets it to Jessica Knappett. Can we get something going here? Justine Smith to Coda Forrester to Justine Smith. A goal here would be absolutely huge. Into the box, it gets cleared. but not out. Justine Smith now to Forrester. Forrester works the ball to City. City scores with a minute left in stoppage time. 4-3, Chesham United over Plymouth. Can we hang on and win this game? What a turn of events here. Emma City with the goal that gives us the lead and potentially a victory today. Can we hold on? We can. 3 massive points. Oh, wow. Desiree Birch, star of the match there. Emma City, 2 goals. You didn't see all the highlights, but you saw what you needed to see. Great performance there. Defensively, not great, but we did enough offensively to survive. And that puts us up in 4th. Burton Albion still need to play. Barnsley still need to play. But with 5 games left, we are in a playoff position. What we do beyond that, it's going to be interesting to see. We'll bring you back for the next game here in just a moment. I brought you back here for the last part of our game against Wrexham, and it has been poor, to say the least. An early goal by Lisa Tarbuck has been mitigated by a stupid penalty. But regardless, it has been a very nothing-ish game. Not a whole lot going on here. Matafeo has not been bad. Just, again, when you've got a backup keeper there, you've got to be a little bit more careful in terms of your defense, in terms of what you're allowing. So you play a little bit more cautiously. Unfortunately, right now I've moved to an attacking mentality because we need a goal here. A draw is not going to do us any good. And unfortunately, we cannot keep or retain possession of the ball to save our lives because we have immediately given the ball back up to Wrexham. We're going to move the ball forward. We managed to get control of the ball here. Justine Smith to Laura Daniel. Moves to Joanne McNally, who just fires the ball over the top to nobody. Oh, John Kearns is there. I did not see John Kearns. John Kearns whizzes into the box and earns his own penalty here. And I know our luck with penalties. I'm not going to cross our fingers here, but this is extraordinarily important for John Kearns to put into the back of the net, and does. And it is 2-1 Chesham, and we are right back in this. Again, if we want an opportunity to play some home games during the playoffs, or an opportunity to even make the playoffs in and of themselves, we have to win these games and put pressure on the teams that are around us to do the same, and hope and cross our fingers that we are going to be able to come out successful as we kind of roll out towards the end of the season here. We're going to go ahead and put again on some time-wasting mentality here. I do have some substitutions I can make. Not very good substitutions. Can Ben Hurley even play in that position? Ben Hurley can play in that position. So let's get Dakota Forrester off, who's been hampered by injury, and get Ben Hurley on. Same star rating, so should be okay. Ray O'Leary for Jessica Knappett. I don't really have much of a choice here, but Ray O'Leary's been playing really well. I'm going to be patient here, see kind of how the rest of this sorts itself out. I don't like leaving Ray O'Leary on for that long period of time. We've got a game coming up here very, very soon, and they're telling me to replace Jessica with Jessica Knappett, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do that and get our last substitution on and hopefully close out this game today. No other highlights. Let's just go straight to the end here. We will add in some extra floated crosses here and there, but get us to the end, get us a victory, and let us just move on with our next game with this victory, and we will win it today. Thankfully, that is another victory that we can take home with us. Again, not a great victory, but a win is a win nonetheless. So we weren't at our best, but we still won. So let's see how that plays out in terms of the standings here. And again, it looks like we just are not going to be able to catch these two. Millwall and Portsmouth have just been absolutely dominant the last bit of the season here. So it looks like they're going to pull away here. We've moved 4 points ahead of a spot being out of the playoffs. So we're 4 points in the playoffs. As of now, we still have some teams that still have some games left to be played. There are 4 games left in the season here. We're 7 points behind Huddersfield. Again, it's going to be very difficult to catch any of these teams that are here. The most number of points that we can score is 90, and these two teams are just 1 win away from shutting us out of automatic promotion, which again is perfectly fine here. I am okay with playoffs. I'm okay with even losing in the playoffs. The fact that we may even get to the playoffs is an exciting thing. So we've got 3 more days to our game against Oxford United. Again, looking at our schedule that's left for the rest of the season. Home against Oxford United, away against Wigan Athletic, who will be a very important opponent to beat in order to keep our playoff hopes alive. Milton Keynes, and then Rotherham. So you're thinking that you can at least get 9 points from these 3 games here. That Wigan Athletic game is going to be a little bit more challenging, but we'll just have to wait and see how things play out as we approach the end of the season. Our next game is against Oxford United here in just a couple minutes. All right, for our game against Oxford United, we're going to keep things pretty similar here. We are going to go ahead and bring in Jessica Knappett on the right-hand side for Ray O'Leary, who is a little bit worse for wear. Just needs a little bit of rest here. Probably bring him on at some point during halftime because clearly Jessica Knappett not a natural right back here. But we're going to continue with this lineup. Cross our fingers and hope for the best. We'll see you at the last 30-ish minutes of the last game. We'll see you for the last 20 or 30-ish minutes of our game against Oxford United. Well, I am going to bring you back here a little bit earlier than what I had initially anticipated. But we did take a 2-0 lead over Oxford United. Great pass from Emma City to Ursula Carlson, who just buries the ball past their goalkeeper. And that, again, puts us on the path for another 3 points that pushes us more towards the top of the table. It's a very exciting way to end the season. I'm not exactly sure what to expect. Other than the unexpected, Huddersfield Town are actually losing against Peterborough United. It looks like we want to make some substitutions here. We do have some tired legs that are out there. So let's see what we can make. We did bring on Ben Hurley, who has been doing a really good job filling in for Joanna McNally here. Let's get Kearns off. Let's get Justine Smith. Let's get Madeline Same. Switch their positions up a little bit. Nish Kumar playing well, but looks a little bit fatigued. So let's get Josh Whitcomb there. That's 4 substitutions. I'm going to go ahead and hold, Jessica Knappett. Actually been having a good game. He's got a goal. Heck, must have missed the first one there. I wasn't really paying that much attention, but go ahead and confirm those subs, and let's see if we can run the rest of this game out. Let's go ahead and get some time wasting on. Again, super exciting how we're really pushing forward to try to end the season on a high note. Ben Hurley now with a free kick. Just kind of works the ball into the box. Justine Smith, it ends up being cleared out by the Oxford United defender. Laura Daniel now gets hold of the ball to Ben Hurley over to Jessica Knappett on the right-hand side. He's going to try to find somebody. Ends up getting tripped up, and a penalty has been awarded, and I'm not sure who's going to end up taking this. It is, who's number 7? Is that Madeline Same? Madeline Same is going to take the penalty here. Been doing so all season, fairly successful, and boots it right at the keeper. I'm telling you, if there's one thing that we need to do, if there's one thing I need, I don't care what position it is, I need somebody who can actually take a freaking penalty. It's been better lately, but man, the last couple of seasons, our penalty scoring ability has been subpar, to say the very least here. So we'll get somebody in, don't worry. That's in my off-season plans, other than unloading all of the other players that have just not been doing very well for us. Burton Albion takes the lead, and Barnsley takes the lead as well. And play with Argyle. So it looks like we're not going to gain any ground on any teams around us. It looks like every team around us has also won. We'll head to the dressing room. Great win. Get another opportunity to get more points and build our way up the table here. And we got 3 games left in the season. Portsmouth still have 2 games in hand. Barnsley have a game in hand. Plymouth Argyle finished their game. Burton Albion still have a game in hand as well. So we still got a little bit of mishmash here in the middle of the table here. Still a chance, albeit a small one, to get up to that automatic promotion position. I don't see it happening. Actually, like I said, quite surprised we end up getting to the playoffs, but we will be pleased with that nonetheless. It definitely isn't an expectation this season, but definitely a very, very nice surprise. Our next game's away at Wigan Athletic. I'll bring you back with that and a little bit of an update in terms of the standings and the points and what we need to do in order to put ourselves in the best position possible to maybe go up. Who knows? Just a brief and quick update on the playoff run. And so I'm going to run you down the possible playoff scenarios for all of this. Keep in mind there's a little bit of humor that's going to be associated with this. So it appears that Millwall have games in hand over Huddersfield Town and Chesham United. Portsmouth also have 2 games in hand, along with Barnsley and Burton Albion, who have 1 game in hand on each Huddersfield Town and Chesham United. So if each of them all win their remaining games, they will all be promoted. But if Millwall end up losing 2 of their 4 games and Portsmouth end up winning 2 of their 3 games that are left over after they lose the first 2 games, then there's a tie, and then it ends up going to penalty kicks in a two-tie, all-tie situation here. But if Portsmouth end up winning the rest of their games and Huddersfield Town end up losing, well, then that's just sad. If Chesham United win their remaining games and Millwall draw 3 of their 4 remaining games, then it ends up going to a volleyball competition held at the south bank of the Thames near the O2 Stadium. Barnsley, on the other hand, if they end up defeating Huddersfield Town in a game that they don't actually play because it's rock, paper, scissors, then they will end up actually playing a mini golf tournament against the other 5, in which case, if they do win, they will actually lose the tournament and end up being kicked out of the Football League altogether. Now, Burton Albion have a chance to clinch a playoff spot, but they end up having to actually play a free throw tournament in basketball. But in order for Burton Albion to win outright, they have to be blindfolded blindfolded and actually shooting from the three-point line, while Portsmouth and Huddersfield Town will have an opportunity to just put in layups into the back of the box. And of course, the whole thing's flip-flopped if you're in Canada, so it's a very exciting situation to see who is going to get promoted. But what I do know is that if all 6 of these teams all end up on the same number of points, then we're all going to go on a cruise and get $1 million. Simple enough, right? So I'll bring you back just to show you the starting lineup of our game away against Wigan Athletic. This will be probably one of the most important games we face in terms of our push for a playoff spot or push for promotion, as they are right there with us towards the top of the table. Now, we are not going to be making any significant changes to our starting lineup. I just wanted you to kind of see what we're going into here. We're going to go ahead and submit that team, get us started, and cross our fingers and hope for the best. In fact, I might even let you see the little bit of a starting lineup here. I know, a little bit of a sneak peek into the thing that I've shown you pretty much the entire season, but we're just changing things up here because I'm trying to hurry and get to the end of the season. So let's just be happy with everybody, and we'll go to the match preview. And, ooh, look at Wigan Athletic playing at their home. How exciting. Ollie Lamb. Huh. Fun. Anyways, I will bring you back for the last 20 minutes of this game and cross our fingers and hope that we get another 3 points today. Again, with about 20 minutes left in the game, we are currently up 3-1 over Wigan Athletic. Wigan now with an opportunity to get within 1 here. It looks like they're going to have a good opportunity, but it is cleared out. And Justine Smith is going to work the ball up, and it's going to be Ursula Carlson, who is onside and gets a 4th helmet. It looks like the flag is up on the right-hand side for offside. I wasn't 100% sure if she would be on or not. It was a close run thing, but it does look like we need to make some substitutions here, so we're going to do just that. Looks like John Kern's a little bit tired. We'll go and get Madeline Same on. And I did go ahead and make a couple of substitutions earlier. It looks like Joanne McNally might be ready to come off, but I do have one more stoppage I think I can make. So I'm going to be a little bit on the patient side with that and try to let some of this time run out as we are in control here. Huddersfield Town do have a goal up on Exeter City, so that does put a little bit of dent in our push for the automatic promotion spot. Same with Portsmouth with a 2-0 lead over Chesham United. Really does kind of end our journey there, but it does look like we could be playoff bound. I am going to go ahead and make that last substitution. Well, you know what? We got to throw in here offensive. I don't want to ruin that, so let's go ahead and play that out. And then once that is over, I will go ahead and make our final substitution, although it is immediately intercepted by a Wigan midfielder, though we do get the ball back. Coda Forrester now moves the ball up the field and just kind of, I can't tell if that was really a pass or a shot or something, but it does go just wide of the keeper here. We are going to make our last substitution. Ben Hurley on for Joanne McNally. Got to give Ben Hurley a little bit of credit. Been a pretty good substitution here the last couple of games. Really hasn't seen any drop in offensive pressure or anything like that. So I'm quite pleased with what Ben Hurley has done so far. We will take the victory today, but again, I think it is for naught, as I believe both Portsmouth and Huddersfield Town do end up getting the victories today, which does push us out of an opportunity for automatic promotion. We'll just have to wait and see how that turns out here. Yeah, I don't think, we definitely can't make up that ground unless it's on goal difference. And again, they have a couple games in hand on us. So I do think we are going to be playoff bound, but it's going to be tough for sure to surpass any of these teams that are on 91 and 90 points. Obviously, the only close we can get is 90 points, and that's on a 4-goal difference. They still have 4 games left to play. So that being said, I may actually only bring you back for the very last game here. It wasn't quite as climactic as I was hoping as we got towards the end of the season. I was hoping for a little bit more drama, but we've got 10 games next until our games against Milton Keynes, whatever. I'll bring you back with that. Oh, and interestingly enough, Huddersfield Town, did they get rid of their manager in a promotion push? That's interesting. Give me 1 second here. Huddersfield Town, they promoted a new manager, so they've been playing without one. Did he just get up and leave? Where'd he go? Okay. Well, okay. To be fair, Torino's, that's a big jump up. I mean, the salary is not great, but that is a big jump. He is Italian, to be fair. But that is an interesting way to leave just that close to the end of the season. Huh. And in just a couple weeks. Wow. Okay, sorry. A little bit sidetracked there, but I will bring you back once kind of all the promotion spots are all figured out, and I think I'm just going to bring you back for the last game against Rotherham United. Maybe I'll bring you the full game. We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, or until next time, I'll see you very, very soon. All right, bringing you back with a little bit of disappointing news. Unfortunately, we just do not have a way to get to the automatic promotion spots. It was a very close run thing and a very difficult season to get automatic promotion here. 94 and 93 points with still 2 games left. You can imagine that being somewhere near the 97, 96 point mark in order to reach that benchmark. If you go back to previous seasons, it was 87 points. 91 points, quite competitive, 85 points, 83 points, 83 points. So it's quite interesting to see how just different seasons require different numbers of points in order to get to that automatic promotion spot. Unfortunately, we just don't have it today. Now, we are 2 games left rather in the season. We are 6 points ahead, massively ahead on goal difference, so we are playoff bound. It's just going to depend on what spot we're going to end up with. Are we going to end up in one of the top spots here and get home advantage for that very first game, or are we going to end up dropping back down? What I will do is I will bring you back for the final game. We'll show you the entire game. It's been a little bit of a long episode, but I will show you the entire last game of the season, which I believe is against Rotherham United. They are 17th. We do have a game against Milton Keynes, which will, again, provide us with some points, hopefully to figure out what position we're going to be in. But I'll bring you back for that last game here in just a couple moments. Just wanted to show you what the playoff picture looked like and what we're going to end up having to do moving forward in order to secure ourselves a spot in the playoffs. All right, so one more situation where I'm like, okay, here's the deal. Well, let's face it. Here's the deal. We can't finish third. We're going to finish 4th or 5th in the playoffs. Either way, we are playing Barnsley. So I don't really feel any need to show you the last game against Rotherham. We did beat Milton Keynes 2-1, but game against Rotherham, I don't think I really need to show you guys, especially since this episode's running a little bit long. So the next time I see you, it'll be playoff time. Very, very unexpected. Was not having any sense of getting to the playoffs so far this season, but we've done a really, really good job so far. In our last game, we did have an unfortunate casualty as Ray O'Leary is going to be out for, well, his career here is pretty much over, 7 to 10 months. So Ray O'Leary is pretty much done. I don't know if Desiree Birch will be back in time for the playoffs or not. If so, maybe we can get something going here. Who knows? But that being said, I really appreciate you watching. I know it was a little bit of a different way of going through things this time. I wanted to try something a little bit different and just bring you back for some end of some matches just to show you how the playoff picture planned out. It wasn't quite as exciting as I was hoping it would be, but still, hopefully you enjoyed that nonetheless. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe if you want to see more Taskmaster FC content. We're trying to get this team all the way to the Premier League as quickly and as efficiently as possible with all of Taskmaster's finest. And hopefully, I will see you very soon for the playoffs in episode number 43. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.